Hi, this is Carl. This is my second video. I'm just calling. Well, I didn't just wanted to make a video for this week. It's getting tough. As I said, my brother and I are gonna have to sell our house, and it's just gonna be the third time that I've got assistance from a charity to help at least keep the power on. I had to call them, but I haven't received a call back on that. I hate to. If I could work, I'm working. Let me work. And then just they don't. I don't know what. But I can work. I can wash clean toilets. I've done that before. Walmart. I've waxed floors at Walmart. I was a people greeter at Walmart too. Did some cashiering. Sorry, I hate to give you my resume. Sometimes when I gap like that, I'm trying not to cuss because sometimes it's just hard to scream. But I'm trying to be a little more holy. I don't know if I told you this, the last one. I haven't seen the last video, so don't even. That I might have switched over from my somewhat Protestantism to soon I may want to be a Catholic. I'm going to need some help with that, but first I need to get things squared away. I mean, yeah, I could walk maybe the 3-4 miles to back and round trip to the local Catholic church, and I could. It's doable. I've done it. Just I'd rather be able to drive there. Of course, there's things I need to get. I need to get my license and the insurance and everything on that again, but haven't had the ability of that. Think I may put a second give set go and just, or maybe do one on one of the other crowd share. Just ask for that. It's hard. Times you feel alone. I wonder why you get so many people that want to just blow yourself up. I don't do that. I feel blessed. Not that I'm having to ask and wanting to get charity, but getting deepening. Trying to find what would be the best word. Broadening view, deepening view of Christ. Why would I do that? Plus, the church doesn't believe in suicide. Never did anyway. I thought it was a coward's way out. But I could see why some people do that. I don't want to force people to hire me, but if you have a good worker and then you're one of these young guys that don't know shit from a hole in the ground. You're just doing it because you need to get it filled in, and then maybe the guy will leave, but then you'll just get another guy. Is that what it really you need, or would you be better to have a more seasoned worker? I don't know. But I don't know. At this time, I am naming the vlog everything No Country for Old Men. I thought it was just from the movie. No, that's from Yeats, another English poet that I have not read in school because they just don't. You have to be. I did read it. I don't have it with me right now. It's from something called Sailing from Byzantium. I don't want to go and sail to Byzantium. I just want to get a job. This last weekend it was just so hot. Hundreds And that's not even with the feel like temperature. That's nothing there, it's just hot. And I have the TV in the background there. And they're just showing that it's supposed to be in the 90s today. That's normal for Nebraska at times in right before July, which it is. It's been 5 days since I turned 50. And for now, I'm going to have to sell the house. Started cleaning up. My mom has so much yarn. I'm going to try to get touch with a group that they drink and drink coffee or whatever, and they have on Friday at the library. I may go there and see if I can get some of them to come up and buy this. But hopefully I'll get more of that done today. Along with that, waiting for Nadine with the local Catholic Church, Church of the Holy Spirit, with my neighbor's thrift shop there in Plattsmouth. Call me back on that. I don't need the whole payment. I just need the last month at most. Problem is, it's going to be even worse. July, August. Although until we can sell the house, which actually could be made easier. But my brother and his family are helping as much as they can. I actually looked and found some things that my mom wanted him to get, and I told him you can come and get it. I don't know why. I mean, it would provide him some money to do what we can. I don't know why. It's just me. I wonder sometimes on my brother on that. He means as much as possible, but as my niece says, sometimes he has too many windows in his browser open. It's just slow for him to think that through. Okay. Because some of them are stuff. I'm not going to explain that over YouTube. But it would actually provide getting everything ready. But all right, never mind. My brother and I do things differently, but we usually ends up the same. I'm more slow and methodical, and he can do things. That's just differences between us. Except I wonder sometimes, but he gets it done. So I've had some health problems. He's been dealing with in stride. I'm proud of him on that. I think my mom and dad would be proud of him for his family and the way he's been doing things. Now I'm going to bring in just a little political crap, and I don't want to have to do that, but I do. It's about me and stuff, and I'm just got so many people that are, and I did vote for Trump, just freaking out on my side that, my God, he did that. He's supposed to be against. He's not totally against all war. That would be nice. I want them not. But when you have someone who could take out a whole country like Israel, and if you want to have that now and you don't want to, I support Israel. I think there's few things in the Bible say if you support them, you're blessed, and if you're not, you're cursed. But I can we can bring that up some other time. But they would have done the same. They would have brought a nuke. They probably would hit it. Well, there's so many ways. Sorry, I'm a Tom Clancy and some of those other type of books. If you see here, okay, it doesn't really work. I'm gonna reread one of my old books there. Dead of Honor. That's the one where I wonder if the terrorists in 9/11 got the idea, because that's sort of what happens, but it's not Muslim terrorists. It's, well, I'm not going to say the story. I'm also reading this one, Man Who Loved China. It's about a British scientist who found about China and how much all the scientific discoveries that they've done way before, when we were just barely using leeches. Although what happened is their society started to wane. Mostly, I think a lot of that was just the way Confucianism and several consecutive waves of conquerors might have made it hard for them to develop that. And eventually we outpaced them until they wanted it, and then they had some revolution against that. And then there was revolution in between them, between the nationalists and the communists. That's a whole other story. I've been studying also a lot about China. There's some things I'm thinking on doing. But this is my second video of No Country for Old Men. You can also put a caveat in there, brackets, for old women too. I'm sure that's even worse. But for Carl Haverkamp on X, Charlemagne, 1975. Yes, not the God. That's just, I know he supported our president, but I just don't like that you're saying you're a God. Really. No, you're not a God. You're going to deal with God soon. I mean, we all will. I'm not saying I want him dead. Okay, that's not. It's just need to have some humility. Maybe that's partially what all this. God, humble for something. But, well, goodbye for today, and you have yourself a great day too. God bless.